Hello and welcome. The holiday season is finally here and it's time to delve into the most recent of our holiday films with The Nutcracker and the Four Realms. The Nutcracker and the Four Realms was released in 2018 and it gives a really unique take on our classic Nutcracker ballet. The Nutcracker as a story has been around for a couple of centuries at this point, and it has been done so many different ways and so many different times. And this won't be the last time we're going to talk about the Nutcracker because it has been used as a concept a lot. However, it is a very different take compared to what we've seen so far. When it comes to the cast, we also do have a really well-known cast: Morgan Freeman, Keira Knightley, Helen Mirren, and Mackenzie Foy is Clara, who is our main star. As a whole piece, it is extremely visually stunning, and the costumes are extremely well done and they are beautifully gorgeous. And those are some of the pros of it, but there's a lot more cons. It is a very unique take on this story. You don't have the traditional Clara gets a nutcracker, Clara dreams about being in this world. Instead, she gets a gift from her late mother of a little egg that has a lock, and she's not able to open it with a key. But her godfather has the key. And I want to know, first of all, how rich are these people that you just have these impressive sets and a ballet, and then you have at least 100 kids that you're giving gifts to? And how much time do you have to set up for these gifts? Because literally the way he says get your gifts, each child's name is attached to a rope and they have to follow that rope all over the house to get their gift. And there's hundreds of kids.
People don't realize there are troubled realms within our world.
Of course, with Clara's gift, she ends up going in with a rope and ending up going into another world. Very, very similar to Narnia. And at this point, I'm also asking, how are these people not cold? Because you're literally entering a snow-filled world and you're in a short sleeve dress that looks very thin and you're not freezing. I know it's a fantasy, I know there's a lot that happens in this film that's not realistic, but this is what I think about, and I don't understand. It also has a very predictable story at times. I feel like Disney as a whole has used this villain trope very frequently, that the person that you think is your friend ends up being the villain, and this case, it's exactly the same. Sugarplum Fairy ends up being the villain and wants to take over the whole kingdom, makes everyone think that Mother Ginger is the one that's the evil person that wants to take a part of the kingdoms.
Welcome to our world, but in the fourth realm, this is where our troubles began. Mother Ginger started this war.
Don't you know it's dangerous here?
I hope you'll be the one to finish it.
Plus, she gave me a really big Taylor Swift vibe to her, and I despise Taylor Swift, so that made her character more unlikable for me.
The writing itself is pretty good, but the story seems very lazy because of the fact that they go through, they find the key, they get the key back, it's very easy, there's no fight for it, and then as soon as they bring it back, then all of a sudden things start going into play. And I feel like we've seen that so many times now that it's just lazy writing, and that's definitely not the high point of this film. It's a good story and it's visually stunning for sure, and even the CGI is really realistic for the most part, although I feel like they rely on it too much at times. It's something good for the holidays to watch, otherwise it's not that spectacular. Just the visuals alone and the costumes make it worth it, but everything else, it lands flat. I will also say though, there's a lot of Fantasia homages to the story, and we actually do have a scene where it's literally pulled out of Fantasia. You have the composer directing the ballet, and I really enjoyed those the best. I feel like it works really nice as avant-garde. And you have a really nice dance because the Nutcracker is a ballet, but it's only a couple minutes within the film, so it kind of doesn't know its identity at times, and I feel like I would have enjoyed the film better if it was closer to Fantasia. It was more of a modern Fantasia done correctly, aka not Fantasia 2000, and it would have been really nice to see a holiday Fantasia in a sense. Do the Nutcracker, make it very avant-garde, and just have a series of shorts. I liked the idea that they tried to do, and it still did succeed, but it wasn't anything different. I say it's definitely worth checking it out because it is still really well done visually, of course, and the music is beautiful. I mean, I do love the Nutcracker suite. It's really nice. I will also say as a warning though, if you don't like clowns, then don't watch this film because there's a lot of clowns that pop up. I love clowns. I'm totally fine with them. But I could see that people would get freaked out, and there's a lot of imagery that is on the verge of creepiness, especially with kids. Young kids would not like this film, so that is a warning to it. Otherwise, it's pretty good. It's pretty good for a film, for a holiday film. Not the best, not the worst, but still really enjoyable. We're gonna wrap up the month tomorrow and fully jump into Christmas and holidays after, but we're going to talk about one of my favorite Christmas films with Edward Scissorhands. So you can stay tuned, and as always, I hope you have a magical day, and I will see you real soon.